All right, beautiful people. Christopher Greene, AMTV, BitcoinRich.com, The Island Project from beautiful Maui. Booyah! What is up, everybody? I want you to remember this video, save it, use it as a reference point in the future. Doing a very public warning. Of course, I've made major updates at the club recently, also at school, alerting you to my top next picks, where I think the markets are going to go with specific technicals when it comes to Bitcoin, and then, of course, altcoins and other cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Of course, the industries that I see being the top performers. But I wanted to do this very public video, and I've been talking about this since December when we hit 15, 16K Bitcoin. We've rallied very big. Since then, of course, we're up 40% plus year to date, just really within the last month as we sit here January 26, 2023. I believe that in the coming months, Bitcoin will double very, very quickly based on its Fibonacci levels, a lot of the technicals that I've been following over the years. I also believe that the worst has already been priced in, of course, with the inside job that was SBF, FTX, all the fear around that, all the fears regarding the whole cryptocurrency industry, and now a move towards more regulation, which will only help cement this next secular bull market cycle. Now, I am calling for Bitcoin to reach 1 trillion market cap again very, very soon. So, again, short term, what did I just say there? Bitcoin goes to near 50K in the next few months. It's going to happen very, very quickly. It's going to be a double from its 40% year-to-date return, which has already occurred, okay, since the low of 15, 16K when I told you to buy. It's going to double again very, very quickly in the next few months. Could take, 3 months, 3 to 5 months or something like that. But it could happen in a shorter period of time because we have seen Bitcoin double in 2 months' time in the past. I think around, if I remember correctly, 2014. So these moves come quick, they come swiftly, and the general public always misses it. And I've said this many times before, I study human psychology, especially psychology here on the ground. And I started putting a lot of my own personal capital to work, of course, in recent months, especially around December when I called the bottom, because everyone I was talking to said, and this came from even reputable sources, that they're going to cash and, they were expecting Bitcoin 10K. So I started putting more and more money to work as a part of my personal financial plan for my family. Because again, in my view, and of course, there's no guarantees in life, but just like I bet on social media, basically with all my money and resources, I bet on Bitcoin under 1,000, and I'm betting on the whole cryptocurrency blockchain space now, including Island Project, where I put most of my personal assets into. I believe this is the number one asset class in the world. So is Bitcoin and I'm all in, is Bitcoin as an indicator, again, as we're going to approach, we're like $400 billion in market cap now. I think we double quickly. We're going to reach, probably technically speaking, a short-term target's 30K, and I've been over at school on how to take profits there. But I think 50K is very, very reasonable in the coming months. Now, keep in mind, this next secular bull cycle, the whole crypto market cap, I believe, will exceed 10 trillion. So it's going to be a huge, massive, massive move. The worst has been priced in psychologically with FTX, SBF, all those shenanigans. Of course, all that was an inside job. That's why they put them on Capitol Hill, to push the regulation. They wanted that to lay the foundation for this next bull cycle, which is what we're in now. Two spaces I want you guys to be aware of, and of course I'm going over top picks at school right now. Altcoins will outperform Bitcoin, of course. That's why it's important that you understand what this technology is, because when Bitcoin doubles, many of our altcoin picks triple, 5x, 10x, and 100x in some cases. And if you look at these charts, pretty crazy. Bitcoin specifically is our large indicators up 10% just within the last 7 days. You're not going to get that at a bank. You'll get zero, and if you're lucky, they'll bail themselves in, call a bailout, and maybe close down the entire bank again like they did in 2008 and 2009. I am noticing too, and this is why I'm also making this call today, is that, and again, this is not financial advice, just what I do with my own money. Like I said, save the video, watch it in the future, and tell your friends about it. But Bitcoin dominance is only at 42%. That's actually historically weak compared to other time periods. If you go back on the BTC.D index, which is the dominance index, you'll see Bitcoin often trades, 50, 60% total market cap dominance weight. So it's underperforming right now as well in terms of its actual dominance. I do think if we look at the BTC versus ETH trade, and I'm putting out this message publicly, I don't have to do this, but the reason why I am is because I believe time is of the essence, and we could be on the precipice right now of a breakout, which I want you guys to be able to participate in, and I don't want to have to go through the process of doing full post-production and all that kind of stuff on it. So I'm giving a lot of free information today, but again, to get more of this and my top picks plus private consult with me and my team, islandprojectclub.com. You can get in. I encourage you to register. But I do think BTC and ETH, that relationship, I think ETH will start to get a bid on it as well. So I actually am bullish Ethereum here in addition to the general market itself. But as I look at this moving forward, what I see is the worst priced in. This is the summation. If we look at technicals, we look at past Fibonacci levels. Of course, Bitcoin has doubled repeatedly many times before in just a couple of months time, 2-3 months. Sometimes it's taken as long as 6, but I think we're on the cusp of this now. So you can use Bitcoin as an indicator as we move to 30K. Again, we're already up 40% since Bitcoin 15, 16K. And then as we're nearing 50,000 range, which will be a clear 100%, a double from the current levels, you can also use that as an indicator for the altcoins themselves. The primary areas where I see the most opportunity for altcoins, well, the number one is real estate. That's why I put all my money into Island Project along with our founding members, and you should become one, by the way, at islandproject.com, is because the number one area to blockchainify the markets is in real estate. That is the biggest disruptor in the world, especially when it comes to fractionalization of assets, which you're going to see stocks tokenized, real estate tokenized, which is what we're at the forefront of, and doing in a very specialized manner. In addition to that, the other areas that I see as huge bullish points where you should be uncovering and looking at opportunities are in the AI space, which I've talked about, and then also gaming. If you look at YouTube, for example, and social media in general, gaming, that's makes up and comprises some of the largest revenue streams actually for social media today. I don't play a lot of video games. I did when I was a kid, but it's a major industry. It has a lot of application, not just with the metaverse, but all of these new technologies emerging, of course, in the blockchain space. So it really is your last chance to get in, to learn about this stuff, to participate in what I believe will be the biggest secular bull market that we've ever seen for Bitcoin yet. I'm expecting all records to be shattered this year in 2023. I've warned you well in advance many times before. I've laid a complete foundation and blueprint with all of our programs at islandprojectclub.com and also bitcoinrich.com on how to build a portfolio. You can register for a phone call with me. I'll help you construct your portfolio before these events transpire, but I'm feeling more bullish than I ever have in Bitcoin really since its inception. Since I first learned about and studied who Satoshi Nakamoto was, began to figure it out, and then just kind of deduce as I've understood technology and trends and psychology, and then tied it into my economic geopolitical exposure, and also understanding where they're going to take humanity when it comes to currency, the resetting of fiat into digital equivalents, central bank digital currencies, etc. All of this ties in. So I just want to encourage you guys, get into the number one asset class in the world. Learn about Bitcoin. Get into Island Project, islandproject.com. Get in. Own fractional real estate here in Maui. Become a founding member. Earn real income, potential capital gains, and be tokenized as I take the founders public. And we go public with the founders round. We are almost fully funded with the project, so there's really not much more time to get in or to dollar cost average. And then also study what we're doing with our programs at islandprojectclub.com. Make sure you're getting your money out of the banks, especially with all this geopolitical risk, and start learning about these opportunities that I've been reviewing in the AI blockchain space. And also, I'll be putting out a couple more picks in the gaming space as well, because I'm very bullish that. Of course, I've been very public on ICP. I'm expecting ICP Internet Computer to skyrocket as a part of this move. But using Bitcoin as an indicator, and again, you're not going to get 1,000x returns with Bitcoin. You're going to get 10, 20x returns long term as Bitcoin hits six figures and goes to 250,000, then much higher. It's the gold standard equivalent of a non-sovereign digital asset that they can't make any more of, and that has fixed monetary fiscal supply policy, which is completely unlike and contrarian to the central bank system, which is highly inflationary and then, of course, manipulated by officials that are non-elected like Jerome Powell and others. So if you want to get on the forefront of not just your own gains and you want to go out and make money, create cash flows, start with your first 1,000, your next 3,000, 5,000, $10,000 a month. You want these picks that can turn a simple idea into a 10x and then maybe 100x and 1,000x. You've got to learn about this technology below. But the main emphasis of this video is I am expecting Bitcoin to skyrocket from today. We're already up 40% year to date, and I'm expecting a 2x to near 50K, okay, in the next coming months. And many of the altcoin picks to outperform that. Again, BTC dominance is actually historically low, and I think it's going to revert to the mean very, very soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your warning. I'm Christopher Greene, hard-hitting and in your face. Jesus Christ is King. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that many of you will miss again. Many of you told me, Christopher, I wish I would have listened to you and got in on Bitcoin under 1,000. Well, I'm telling you right now, get in to what we're doing, understand, increase your education, and get out of the banks before the engineered financial crises that they have unraveling right in front of us, including all the geopolitical conflict and war, is transpiring this year. I love you. Links below and up here, and I'll see you at our world-class programs and our world-class project, of course, islandproject.com. First tokenized real estate community in the world, 1,000xing with Island Project Real Estate. God bless.